Oscar, all week we've been talking about the different variables to this fight, and one that comes up is the decisive the decisive advantage of reach and height that Chavez Jr. has on Canelo. What kind of challenge does he pose for Canelo?
You know what? Yes, the height and the reach is one thing, but if you notice, Julio César Chávez fights small. So therefore, he comes down to Canelo's level, and for some reason, Canelo fights tall and long, with a lot of power and force behind his punches. I think the advantage for Chavez would be if he does utilize his speed and his length and reach. But we'll see what happens, because once they step inside the ring tomorrow, those 20,000 people are going to demand a fight. And so, therefore, everything goes out the window. The strategy, what you've been working on in the gym for 2 whole months to prepare for this fight, everything goes out the window. So we're gonna see a real fight tomorrow night. I'm excited.
Do you think the X factor could be the crowd there at T-Mobile Arena watching it?
Absolutely. I've been involved in many big fights, and I've had my game plan. Absolutely, my strategy. When I fought Fernando Vargas, that first bell rang, and I can hear the people they didn't see action for like 10 seconds, and they start booing you. And so they obligate you to just fight, and the strategy goes out the window, and you have to go out there and perform.
All right. So Canelo is a heavy favorite coming into Saturday. If he does win, assuming he does, are we going to see a Triple G fight with Canelo this year?
Well, I mean, I've always stated, ever since people were demanding this fight, is that he will fight Triple G this year. Out of respect to Chavez Jr., I halted the negotiations. But mark my words, May 7th, if everything goes well, if he doesn't break a hand, get cut, or if he loses, I mean, imagine that. Obviously, I'm going to make that call on May 7th to Golovkin's people, and then we'll continue negotiations.
All right, and before I let you go, we know that you've been around boxing your entire life. We've heard talks about the potential Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor fight. Okay. Is it good or bad for boxing if that does happen?
I think it's bad for both sports. I don't think. I mean, to me, I don't know if they're gonna fight in an octagon or in the ring. But I mean, I take a look at Mayweather, who's one of the best boxers in our generation. Go up against an MMA fighter, it would be a no contest in the ring. But in an octagon, McGregor will tap him out in 5 seconds. So I don't know how they're gonna decide on what octagon or ring they're gonna use. But I just do not see it happening. And second is, there's a lot of money at stake, yes, but three entities here are gonna demand a lot of money themselves. The UFC has to make a lot of money. Mayweather has to make a lot of money, and McGregor has to make a lot of money. There's too much ego involved in this type of negotiation. So I don't know. It's a tough call.
Thank you so much for your time, Oscar. I want to remind the folks at home that tomorrow on Saturday we will have pre- and post coverage of the fight of the Mexican showdown between Saul Canelo Álvarez and Julio César Chavez Jr.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.